Worst wildfires, the 5 fires that caused tragedies and millions in losses. Current projections estimate losses of over $130 billion, affecting key sectors such as tourism and agriculture. The devastating wildfires that have raged through Los Angeles since Tuesday have left a tragic toll of at least 10 people dead and massive destruction in the region. According to CBS News, the flames, originating from the Palisades and Eaton fires, have consumed tens of thousands of acres, destroyed thousands of structures, and severely impacted California's iconic coastline. Early economic estimates suggest losses could range from $60 billion to $130 billion, far exceeding the previous record of $16 billion in wildfire damage in the state. According to the California Department of Forestry and Fire Protection, CAL FIRE, the Palisades and Eaton fires are already among the most destructive in state history. However, while their impact is significant, they still do not reach the level of devastation of other historic California fires, such as the 2018 Camp Fire or the 2020 August Complex Fire. The impact of the current fires in Los Angeles. Palisades and Eaton fires have devastated entire communities, leaving thousands of people displaced and causing irreparable damage to local infrastructure. According to CBS News, firefighters have worked tirelessly to contain the flames, but weather conditions such as high winds and extreme dryness have hampered efforts. In addition to the human and material losses, the economic impact of these fires could be catastrophic. According to initial estimates by Wells Fargo, damages could reach $60 billion, while other projections put the figure as high as $130 billion. These figures reflect not only the destruction of property, but also the losses in key sectors such as tourism, agriculture, and local industry. The most devastating fires in California history. Although the current fires in Los Angeles have caused significant damage, they are not the only ones that have left an indelible mark on California's history. Over the years, the state has faced wildfires of devastating magnitude, which have marked a before and after in emergency management and disaster prevention. The August Complex Fire, which occurred in August 2020, is the largest recorded fire in state history. Sparked by a series of lightning strikes in the Mendocino National Forest, the fire burned over 1,032,648 acres, 417,898 hectares, across Glen, Lake, Mendocino, Tehama, Trinity, and Shasta counties. Although no civilian deaths were reported due to the remoteness of the affected area, one firefighter was killed during containment efforts, which spanned 87 days. Another fire that left an indelible mark was the 2018 Camp Fire, considered the deadliest in California history. This fire razed 95% of the town of Paradise, destroying nearly 19,000 structures and claiming the lives of 85 people. According to CBS News, the fire was caused by a faulty Pacific Gas and Electric (PG&E) power line, which came into contact with dry vegetation during strong winds. The Dixie Fire, which occurred in July 2021, also ranks among the most destructive wildfires. This fire affected Butte, Lassen, Plumas, Shasta, and Tehama counties, burning a total of 963,309 acres, 389,837 hectares, and destroying approximately 1,500 square miles, 3,885 square kilometers of land. According to CBS News, the fire was sparked by a tree falling onto a PG&E power line, leading to a $45 million settlement in 2024 to compensate affected communities and improve the company's record-keeping systems. The Mendocino Complex Fire, recorded in July 2018, is another of the largest fires in California history. This fire, which combined the river and ranch fires, consumed 459,123 acres, 185,802 hectares, in Mendocino, Lake, Calusa, and Glen counties. According to investigations, the ranch fire was accidentally caused by a hammer spark, while the origin of the river fire could not be determined. This disaster left a balance of 280 structures destroyed and the death of one firefighter. The Woolsey Fire, which occurred in November 2018, affected Ventura and Los Angeles counties, burning 96,949 acres, 39,227 hectares, and destroying 1,643 structures. This fire, which left 3 fatalities, generated fire suppression costs of approximately $52 million, while insured losses were estimated between $3 and $5 billion. Challenge of insurance and prevention in California. The increasing frequency and intensity of wildfires in California has had a significant impact on the insurance market. According to CBS News, in July of this year, around 1,600 insurance policies in Pacific Palisades were canceled by State Farm, reflecting insurers' growing concern about the risk of wildfires in the region. These events have also highlighted the need to improve forest fire prevention and response strategies. From modernizing electrical infrastructure to implementing early warning systems, authorities and businesses must work together to mitigate risks and protect vulnerable communities. Meanwhile, residents of Los Angeles and other affected areas face a long road to recovery, hoping that lessons learned from these disasters can prevent similar tragedies in the future. The new wildfire has scorched over 3,750 hectares near Castaic Lake, about 80 kilometers 50 miles north of Los Angeles. More than 50,000 residents in the U.S. state of California have been warned to evacuate their homes after a fast-moving wildfire broke out in the mountains north of Los Angeles. The Hughes Fire has already burned some 3,750 hectares, 9,266 acres, since breaking out on Wednesday and remains completely uncontained. This latest blaze has added to the strain on regional firefighters, who have largely contained 2 major wildfires, the Palisades and Eaton fires, in the Los Angeles metropolitan area. More than 4,000 firefighters are now battling the Hughes Fire, according to LA County Fire Chief Anthony Morone. Where is the Hughes wildfire burning? Hughes Fire is burning near Lake Hughes Road, close to Castaic Lake, a large reservoir and popular recreation area north of Los Angeles. The area lies about 64 kilometers 40 miles from the Eaton and Palisades fires, which have been burning for 3 weeks. An estimated 18,600 people live in the local community where ferocious flames have devoured trees and brush on the hillsides around Castaic Lake. What's the status of the Palisades and Eaton fires? According to California's Department of Forestry and Fire Protection, there are at least 3 large active fires burning. Palisades Fire, 9,489 hectares, 23,448 acres, burned, 70% contained. Eaton Fire, 5,674 hectares, 14,021 acres, burned, 95% contained. Hughes Fire, 3,750 hectares, 9,266 acres, burned, 0% contained. 4 smaller fires, including those named Lilac, Clay, Sepulveda, and Center, have also burned dozens of hectares of land across the state. Containment means creating a barrier around a fire to stop it from spreading. However, it doesn't mean the fire is completely under control or safe. Across the state, they include Palisades Fire, 9,489 hectares, 23,448 acres, burned, 70% contained. Eaton Fire, 5,674 hectares, 14,021 acres, burned, 95% contained. Hughes Fire, 3,750 hectares, 9,266 acres, burned, 0% contained. 4 smaller fires, including those named Lilac, Clay, Sepulveda, and Center, have also burned dozens of hectares of land across the state. Containment means creating a barrier around a fire to stop it from spreading. However, it doesn't mean the fire is completely under control or safe. What is driving these latest fires? Like the Palisades and Eaton fires, strong winds through mountain valleys, combined with warm temperatures and low humidity, have driven the Hughes Fire. California frequently faces exceptional drought conditions. Droughts deplete trees, grass, and soil moisture, making the landscape highly flammable. Winter wildfires, once rare, have become more common. As the climate warms, the idea of specific wildfire seasons has shifted to the reality of year-round wildfires. Large parts of California are currently facing abnormally dry levels, with areas in the east of the state facing severe and extreme levels of drought. Water reservoirs have reached critically low levels, threatening both agriculture and the water supply for millions of residents. What are the Santa Ana winds? The Santa Ana winds are strong, dry winds that occur in Southern California, typically in the autumn and winter months. These winds blow from the inland desert areas towards the coast and are caused by high-pressure systems over the Great Basin, an area further inland, reaching hurricane-level speeds of 160 kilometers per hour, 100 miles per hour. How big are the LA wildfires? The LA fires have so far burned at least 16,425 hectares, 40,587 acres of land. That is about the same size as Washington, D.C., about half the size of Philadelphia, an eighth the size of Los Angeles, or about 30,000 football fields. California typically experiences thousands of wildfires each year. These fires range from small brush fires to large, destructive fires that burn tens of thousands of hectares.